Hello everyone, Sungakoga here, and it has been a week since the Nintendo Switch 2 has launched. So, have you been enjoying your Nintendo Switch 2, or are you still trying to get one? They're pretty hard to find right now, but I hope you get one. If you are getting a Nintendo Switch 2 and Mario Kart World, buy the bundle, because $80 is not it. But yeah, if you have a Nintendo Switch 2, I hope you've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying the fuck out of mine. I love this damn console so much. Being able to play games at a higher frame rate resolution, Pokemon especially, and the mouse controls feel so good. Like, I was playing Fortnite with them because they add mouse controls to them on the 7th, and they felt good, but they also feel pretty weird, not gonna lie. I'll have to get used to them, because I'm pretty sure this is how Fortnite players on PC play the game. But yeah, I kinda want to make this video today talking about my 1 week impressions of the Nintendo Switch 2. What I like about Nintendo Switch 2 and what I don't like about Nintendo Switch 2. I want to keep it 100% with you guys. So be sure to watch through this video till the end. If you enjoy my videos, be sure to leave a like. And if you really like them, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And let me know down in the comment section below what is your favorite aspect about Nintendo Switch 2. So, let's start off with the pros about Switch 2 for me. What I really like about the system is being able to play games at a higher resolution and a higher frame rate. And Pokemon Scarlet and Violet definitely needed that 60 frames patch and performance boost, because playing the games at a higher frame rate never felt so good. Like, if you remember Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on Nintendo Switch 1 when it came out, it ran like hot garbage. Like, there are areas in the game where the frame rate really tanked. I'm talking about the Tag Tree Thicket, or people like to call it the Lag Tree Thicket. There's also Casseroya Lake, and I think there was that area where you fight the fairy type Team Star boss. That also ran pretty bad, that part. But yeah, the game in general ran bad on Switch 1. But on Switch 2, it is a night and day difference. The frame rate is smooth. It actually felt good controlling Koraidon and Miraidon. I have both versions of the game, and I'm currently going through my Violet playthrough. I beat the main story and post-game on that game. I'm going to start the DLC. I'm also in the middle of completing my Pokédex in that game, so hopefully I'll be able to complete it soon. But yeah, it felt good playing those games at a high frame rate, and there's even more Pokemon spawning in. Like, normally in Switch 1, you get like, I think 10 spawns, but now that's been tripled to like 30 or 35. I don't know the exact number, but there are a lot more Pokemon on screen than there were before. And this is great for shiny hunters that are trying to shiny hunt specific Pokemon. So yeah, playing Pokemon at a good frame rate was fun. Actually, it is fun. And if you haven't played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, or if you haven't played the game in a while, if you have a Switch 2, now is a great time to jump back in, or start playing the game you haven't played before. They're amazing games, great story, great selection of Pokemon, a lot better than Sword and Shield, and yeah. And I love the feel of the Switch 2, like how it holds in your hands, and I love the magnetic Joy-Con. Like, they were so satisfying to play with. Like, removing the Joy-Con and attaching it back in magnetically with those magnets they have on the system. So satisfying. And I did a poll, see how strong they were, and they're pretty strong. Like, it took me a bit of force to pull out the Joy-Con from the system without pressing the release button on the back. But yeah, the Joy-Con 2 are much better than the Switch 1 Joy-Cons. And they made the buttons, the shoulder buttons where you play with a single Joy-Con with a friend, bigger, so it feels a lot better to play with. Playing 2-player games with a friend. The Switch 1 Joy-Con side buttons were tiny. Like fucking tiny. So I'm glad they made them bigger. Now, let's get into what I don't like about the Switch 2. As someone has been praising the Switch 2 for its innovation and tech, I do have problems with some of its flaws. For one, Mario Kart World being $80. Listen, Mario Kart World is a great game. Probably one of the most fun games I've had with Mario Kart since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And it was nice to finally have a new Mario Kart after 11 years of that game. But it being priced $80, I don't think it's worth $80 at all. To me, it's more like a $50 to $60 game, in my opinion. And the open world aspect, I don't know if that contributed to it being that price point, but I don't think it should be $80. So if you do want the game, buy the bundle. You'll save $30 by only paying $50 for the game, and you get the Switch 2 with it. It costs about $500 for the game and Switch 2 bundle. But if you still want a physical copy, and if you don't mind paying $80, knock yourself out. I mean, who am I to tell you what to do with your money? You have power over your wallet, and you decide what you want to do with your money. Also, another thing I don't like about Switch 2, and I think these get a lot of exaggerated hate, though I do understand the frustration, and that is the game key cards. Now, I've already talked about this multiple times on my channel, but if you don't know what a game key card is, it's a quote-unquote physical game that doesn't have the game data on the cartridge, and you have to download the rest onto your system, and you can't play the game if the cartridge, the game key card, is not in your system. And these game key cards have gotten a lot of exaggerated hate. I understand the frustration with game key cards, but personally, while I do think they are pretty lame, I think they're a better alternative than the stupid-ass code and box releases. I'm looking at you, Split Fiction and Civ 7. I think people should turn their anger towards that than game key cards, in my opinion. I'm gonna make a separate video on game key cards to talk about a bit more, and probably have people in the comment section roast me for it, but hey, what can you do? But so far, those are the only things I don't like about the Switch 2. I love everything else about the console. Again, I love the feel, I love playing games at a higher frame rate and resolution, and I love the Joy-Con 2 controllers. And speaking of controllers, I also got the Pro controller at the launch event. And man, it feels so much better than the Switch 1 Pro controller. I mean, the Switch 1 Pro controller is still nice. I used to have 6 of them, but I'm down to 3. I don't want to talk about what happened to my other Pro controllers, but they felt decent. The Xenoblade 2 Pro controller was the one I used the most, but the Switch 2 Pro controller, the sticks on that controller, they feel really nice. And the buttons feel good too. And they also added GL and GR buttons at the back, where you can like customize your controls. And the Joy-Con charging grip also has those, but I don't have that and I'm probably not going to buy it. And it also has an audio jack, so if you want to connect your headset, talk to friends when playing online games, you can do that. It took Nintendo this long to add an audio jack to their controllers. And I'm not counting the third-party controllers that are officially licensed by Nintendo. I'm only counting the ones that are officially made by Nintendo themselves. So yeah, the Pro Controller felt nice to hold and play with. And yeah, I don't have much else to say except I love the Nintendo Switch 2. This might be my favorite console of all time. As someone who went from not liking the Nintendo Switch 1 to actually liking the system and excited for the Nintendo Switch 2 and be able to have one in my hands, it never felt so great. And with Nintendo Switch 2 selling 3.5 million copies in the first 4 days, despite what the haters are saying about it being the next Wii U, and the whole drop the price campaign, all the boycott. Yeah, how did that work out for you? Now this is more towards the grifters, the eternally online grifters who believed that the Switch 2 was going to fail. And these are people who mostly hate Nintendo or PC players, like Steam Deck warriors, console warriors. Like, I'm not trying to be up and all that. Like, these companies do not care about your console wars. I am sorry. Most people don't realize that families have children and their grandpas that buy this system for their kids. So, I'm sorry to say, if you're disappointed that the Switch 2 is actually doing well, I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, that's going to be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know down in the comment section below if you were able to get your hands on a Nintendo Switch 2, or are you still looking to find one. I know they're hard to find, but keep an eye on restocks, especially like Jake Randall. If you are looking for a Nintendo Switch 2 restock, that man is the guy. Like, he hosted a live stream that helps people watching the retail stores online, and they were able to get their pre-orders in, and some consoles on launch day. So follow that guy, Jake Randall. He's awesome. If you're looking for a Switch 2, follow his accounts on Twitter for his restock alerts. This has been Sunget Koga, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!